All right. Well, um, hello and welcome back to my podcast. So, I kind of planned out my plans for this podcast, and I think I'm going to continue to answer big questions and talk about big questions about movies like I have been. But I think I also want to sprinkle in some of these episodes that I'm going to call the Great Studios episodes, where I'm going to talk about some of my favorite movie studios and their impacts on the world. So for the first one, I thought we'd talk about Pixar. So yeah, let's talk about Pixar's impacts first. So Pixar has held just many amazing titles over the years. They made the first full computer animated movie, which was Toy Story. Um, they just have iconic, emotional movies, just some of the best animation of all, and I think they have some of the best storytelling of a lot of studios. So, yeah. They just have so many iconic, classic, and famous movies with a bunch of franchises and sequels, as well as just a bunch of kind of one movie things, which are also good. But everyone knows the Toy Story, Cars, Incredibles, Finding Nemo, and Monsters franchises. Everyone can recognize these movies, everyone knows them, and Pixar movies can mean something different to everyone. So, yeah, it's really cool. So, Pixar has some really interesting history. It just started with a bunch of shorts and small projects around the 90s. If you didn't know, Pixar was actually the ones to animate the chandelier panning, like the shot in Beauty and the Beast where it shows the chandelier panning down to Belle and the Beast. Pixar animated the chandelier there, which is just really cool to think. Yeah, they just did little snippet things like that. And then they moved on to great and amazing animated movies, full features like Toy Story, and over the 90s, 2000s, and 2010s, they just had many award-winning movies. And yeah, today Pixar is continuously building off of Disney Plus, putting their new movies on there as originals sometimes, and having new shorts and shows. And Pixar is just really building off of Disney Plus in a good way, which is cool to see. Yeah, and nowadays Pixar seems to be focused more on original standalone movies. We haven't really had any sequels in a long time, and I don't really know if that's a bad thing. So, yeah, really cool. So, just as a fun little add-on, I think I'm going to rank every single one of the, I'm pretty sure now, 24 Pixar movies from worst to best. So, I guess here we go. All right, from worst to best. The Good Dinosaur, Cars 3, Lightyear, Finding Dory, A Bug's Life, Onward, Turning Red, Wall-E, Monsters University, Ratatouille, Soul, Toy Story 4, Incredibles 2, Toy Story 3, Cars 2, Toy Story, Brave, Luca, Toy Story 2, Inside Out, Monsters Inc., Cars, Coco, The Incredibles, Up, and then Finding Nemo is my favorite. I think those could be switched around a few times. I don't know. It was just kind of my take on that at the moment. I don't know. And I don't hate any of these movies. I love every single one of them. And yeah, it's kind of mean, I think, to say that some of these are my least favorite or put them so low, but yeah, I love them all. So, yeah. Uh, yeah. Really cool. Another thing, I think the music and soundtrack of Pixar movies is something that really just carries it along. They just have so many recognizable themes. You can probably think of the Inside Out and Up theme. Those are probably my favorites. They're just really good and help with those sad, emotional feelings, because Pixar tends to be pretty sad with their movies for the most part, and there's a lot of sad songs, but they can bring out so many memories and emotions just like I talked about in the last podcast episode. But I think Pixar especially is very good at doing this. And I'd say my favorite soundtrack is from Finding Nemo. Just also, that's my favorite movie. I specifically like the song Nemo Egg. It's from the scene where Marlin is picking up the Nemo egg when it's the only one left, just one egg left. And the song just reminds me of the thought that just everything's going to be okay. So if you don't remember or don't know what it sounds like, try listening to Nemo Egg. Um, yeah, that's what it's called. I really, really like it. So, yeah, I just totally recommend doing a binge watch of all of these movies like I like to do, or maybe just pick out your favorites and watch them. And, all in all, I'm just sure some of your favorite movies are from Pixar. Please show your love and support for Pixar and other animated movies. And yeah, thank you for listening to this interesting little add-on episode. Yeah.